Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need
one drink. I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things we're brought to you by is what? HMS. That's kind of like a police ambulance type thing. Harbor Management Services. Man, I do a lot of bit of consulting work. I can do a lot of things with the garbage company. I'm doing a lot of things with a lot of different people. Again, my website is still coming, but one of the things I can tell you something I've already been doing. I've been working with great organizations like Talking Trash. I've been working with Go Green. And again, I'm working a little bit with Rubicon. So I'm working with a lot of different people trying to bring everybody together because small business got to integrate with new technology, and that's what Rubicon can do. And again, I'm trying to put other things out there to help a lot of different people. So check me out at, again, HMS, Brick Management Services and Consulting, and see what all I can do for you. And now I got to get back to this person been racking with me for over 7 years. He coming in this bad boy each and every time with a smile, even when he ain't feeling his best. Don't know how he do it, but women, you need to pay attention. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, Big Baby?
I'm doing good, Smooth Jay.
Man.
Everything's lovely, man.
I love that, man. You know, because I know all the time ain't always lovely.
Right.
But you still got to center that as your focus. Man.
Absolutely. You got to you got to find a way to keep smiling on the inside. Mm-hmm. And if you can do that, then the smile will certainly come to the outside. You know how that works.
But you know that's not easily done.
It's not easily done, but I probably give credit to the Lord. You know, I'm a prayer warrior.
Right.
And I'm constantly renewing my mind.
Hey, that's a good thing.
And staying focused on positivity.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping my mind off of negativity.
Ooh, that's not easy.
You know, but that's how you take care of yourself. You know what I mean? That's the only way to take care of yourself is to take care of your mind, because your mind produces everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you allow yourself to be in sadness or despair or troubled in your mind, it's actually going to continue to manifest more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, it's going to make you feel bad. So we got to learn how to stand in our own gap and be whole and complete, you know, in spite of what's going on around us, you know.
I'm trying to do that.
Yeah, we are not our world. You know, we're just participating in this world. Mm-hmm. You know, we are our, to some degree, we're kind of islands unto ourselves. But, what you see, what you're looking at is what you're looking with. And so if you're looking at positivity, then you're looking at it from a place of positivity. If you're seeing negativity, then you're looking at it from a place of negativity. And as long as you keep that mindset strong like that, man, it affords you to get up every day and go and make life happen, you know?
I had to change my lens.
Yeah. That's what renewing your mind is all about.
Gotta change my lens. You know? I'm looking at things wrong. You can't expect it. You ain't looking wrong.
That's right.
Okay.
You know, I'm a firm believer, Jay, that it is our vision that keeps us whole and complete, and that keeps us focused in the right direction. You can have all kind of trouble today, but if you have a clear vision, it won't get in your way.
I like how that sounds.
You see what I mean? You have to know where you're going. You have to know who you are. You have to know what you want. And these steps of distraction won't bother you so much, because every time you step into a quote unquote distraction or a delay or some setback experience, you just know it's just part of the process, and it's not who you are. It's just what you're going through.
Got you.
You know, and we all need a lesson in taking better care of ourselves.
Oh yeah,
because the world around us obviously is extremely chaotic nowadays. Every message coming at us about world ending
Oh
and
my goodness.
earthquakes and tidal
We're
waves.
gonna
and
talk about that eclipse, bro. Lord
zombies
have
and,
mercy.
all kinds of CERN people against us. So, we got to learn to stay strong in our spirit. And
Right.
I try to be a product of the product. Life is not always easy, but I have found one way
Okay.
to just make it flow smooth and easy for me.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And for the most part, that's just staying with God. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's
Just staying with God. And I've developed a habit of praying for my tomorrows, so that by the time I get there, I won't have to wonder if God's with me, and I won't have to wonder if I have asked for the right thing or the wrong thing. You ever been in a situation and it's taxing on you,
Mhm.
and then you thought to yourself, man, if I'd have just prayed over this a little harder, it might have
worked out better.
escaped. Yeah, it might have worked out a lot better. So I'm always about laying groundwork of my tomorrows. And tomorrow I know it's going to be a fantastic day. I'm going to work. It's going to be extremely productive. I'm going to have a lot of fun,
Mhm.
and I'm going to make a lot of money, and I'm going to constantly be busy with customers who are ready to do business, and people who value what I do.
Mhm.
And I'm going to help some people. I'm going to have a fantastic lunch, and take care of myself in the middle of the day. And, it's just going to be a beautiful day. And so I'm always speaking and prophesying over my tomorrows, and I think that if we do that, we'll walk into great tomorrows. We'll walk in tomorrows that we have created, not tomorrows that have been created for us.
Oh man, I got a different approach, but I like yours. And again, like I said, I love processes because I can listen to yours and then I start analyzing mine. See, it's never about a jealousy. It's about a correction and seeing if there's something else I can do.
Absolutely.
So when I'm listening to you and I was hearing yours, I said, well, you know something? What I tend to do more now is God is the co-pilot.
Yes.
So I'm trying to go into where his will is.
Yes.
So now I got to question myself through him. Is this something I need to be doing?
Okay.
So before I was just acting and then I was praying.
Yeah.
Now I'm asking before I do.
There you go.
So I changed in my process because before I did it and then I prayed for it to work.
Yeah.
But now I actually asked him before I do.
There you go.
Know, as I'm doing the process, instead of me having to call somebody all the time, I'm asking inner, like, Lord, is this something I do? Can you bless me as if this is for you? This is your will. Let it be done. Help me understand where I need to make these next moves.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you make the moves and then you pray over the moves, but you never really asked him of what am I to be here for?
Right.
I'm here to glorify you. So that's one of the things I had to change because I was self-centered and didn't think of myself as self-centered at the time because I got to process and do things.
Right.
That's how they taught you in management. Yeah, it's a process. And then you got to make sure the process is done. Then you got to hold accountability. Okay. But when am I going to hold myself accountable? When am I going to work on myself process? They got me doing them, but I'm not managing me.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you start missing your time managing, messing up where you ain't giving family time. It's not just work. You got to have a both in balance.
Yeah.
It's like a ship.
Yeah.
You are the captain. You got to make this thing go through a water. And you big. You're a big ship. And it makes you really think. Because there's a lot of times if I would have did this process now compared to what I was doing, I think I would have made better decisions.
Yeah, I think, and we're getting ready to introduce ourselves, but I think that we have to be careful in what you talked about, Jay, because in reality, our life does not belong to us.
Oh, yeah.
Our life belongs to God.
Mm-hmm.
He has put us here for a reason. We do not thrive for our own gain, our own benefit. We thrive for the kingdom of God. And there are certain things that he needs us to do. There are certain ways that we need to be. There are certain energies and spirits that we need to know about, and we need to attract, and we need to be or become. And so praying over the action is the way to go, because that's called living by wisdom. Right? All we need is wisdom and understanding, and he'll guide our steps perfectly. And I know there's been many a times that I have gone through situations and tried to make decisions or thought about it.
Right.
And next thing you know, my feet are moving before I even know what I'm doing. And I was like, and once I realized that I did, the right thing and I did it quickly. And almost before I even knew I was doing it, I knew that that was God's hand. You see, that was God's hand guiding me. And so I've actually gotten to a place in life where I really don't make many decisions nowadays, right? Because they aren't mine to make. I ask the Lord to change my heart and to change my mind and to set me straight upon the path for which he has for me. And so when I get up, I just strike out. And even sometimes in my carnal mind, I don't know where I'm going. But every single time I end up where he wants me to be. So it's just about following that inner spirit and that inner guide. A great way to introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah.
This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. And we are here to liberate your minds and souls with a great dialogue.
Yes.
We're just going to sit here and chop it up on a subject and let the spirit come to the surface, right? In talking about things, oftentimes we get beneath the surface of things and we get to a place where there's some real knowledge, some real wisdom, some real gravy in life to understand and to talk through. And so we hope that as you enjoy the show tonight, you're able to participate at that level.
Right.
Understand what we're talking about and really consider it. Really discuss it unto yourself. Really take these comments and our stories and opinions and try to make sense of it so that you can make a better and greater decision for your own life. Inspiration comes out of this dialogue, and we are so glad to be here tonight. I want to thank you folks again for being here. Of course, we always start the show off with a prayer.
Yeah, hit my
And just for the record, tonight's show is called Secrets.
What?
Secrets.
Somebody snitching?
Perhaps.
It's gonna be interesting,
right? And don't know where we're gonna go on this subject, but there's a couple of key items I want to discuss.
Snitches get stitches.
And let's go ahead and take this to the Lord, shall we?
Yes, we should. Okay.
Heavenly Father, we come into your presence just to thank you for all that you are in our life. We thank you for your strength and your peace and your love upon our lives. We thank you for straight paths. We thank you for wisdom and understanding tonight. Heavenly Father, we are going to talk about the subject of secrets. And perhaps there are some secrets that you want to share with us. Perhaps there's some understandings about things that you want us to know. Perhaps there are some things that we need to do in the way of secrets, maybe keeping them to ourselves, and in some cases, maybe even requiring us to repent. But we're asking, Lord, for you to give us an understanding of secrets. Where should we keep them? Where should we give them up? How long should we hold them? Are there things that we should take to our graves? Are there things that we really should treat as state of emergencies rather than strongholds to hold to our death? Give us an understanding, Lord, tonight on how to deal with not only our own secrets, but our secrets of our friends and our families and the world, the secrets of government and the secrets of history. Open our minds to a great, vast knowledge of understanding secrets. Yes. We know that you will be here tonight. We thank you once again, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Hopefully you touched a lot of people's heart on that one. I think a lot of people should understand.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those, the question I was asking, and as I was in prayer, I'm simply reaching for knowledge, right? I'm simply reaching to attain something that just might benefit me, even though everyone else may not know, right? And there are secrets in this world that advance a people. There are certain things that people can do to better themselves, better their health, better their spirits, better their relationships. And sometimes secrets aren't obvious until you hear about them, right?
Right.
We've always heard that old word about in relationships, never go to bed angry.
Yeah, I heard that all the time.
And, it's hard to do that when you're at odds with somebody. But yet those people who have been together for long periods of time know the value of that.
I used to change that up a little bit. I used to try to make sure you have an understanding. because I really feel like you can't change a person out of a madness because they put themselves there. Okay, I might have said something that hurt their feelings or put them in a bad place. Okay, but it might not have been my intention. So I want to express my intentions in the things that I did. And I can't say even after I did that, you won't be mad. You feel me? But then you know my heart. You know that's not what I was really trying to do. And I gave you my honesty of what I was trying to say. And I might have conveyed it totally wrong. I might have came off with a hard landing. But what I want to do is soften it with truth, not just to make a person feel better, to have a better understanding of what I was trying to say.
Right.
And that way, I can't say she won't go to bed mad. Just being honest, but she know when she wake up, my heart,
Yeah.
and that way,
And
maybe
see,
she won't wake up mad. But you can't say she automatically gonna forgive you or not be mad because when they get in their feelings, they get in their feelings, and a lot of times they don't want to hear you. That's what I say. Let me give it the clearest I can.
But the point of the secret is that you need to open up dialogue before it gets too much time passed.
I was just talking about the madness, but you talking about the secret. Though.
I'm talking about secret.
I will admit
The
you're
secret, the secret of that word, don't go to bed upset, is to somehow open up dialogue so that, because
You're right.
if you're not talking, then both parties' mindsets are going away from each other.
You're right.
And that means she's starting to say, you don't understand me, you don't like me, you don't want what's best for me, and you're always doing this, and you never listen to me, and right? And
Oh,
you
yeah.
try to say the same thing on your side. And so rather than use all that energy to build up walls
Mhm.
against each other or between one another, even if it hurts, somebody's got to say, hey, I know you don't agree with this, you know what I'm saying? I ain't necessarily apologizing, but I don't want you to feel this way, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you need to apologize. Sometimes an apology is necessary, even though you don't feel like you owe an apology, right? And that's a
Yes.
real man, that's a real woman, that's a real person in front of you who can just see. So sometimes
Yeah,
the
no,
apology isn't
Right.
saying I screwed up. Sometimes
Right.
the apology is I really hate we're in this situation.
I agree with you. I think apology can be necessary if you really are trying to make change. If you apologizing just to apologize and you're not looking at what you're doing and you're going to continue doing it, then it's really an endless or empty apology. And that's what I'm saying. It says
But see, that's
if
not
if what I'm saying, if you caught me on Instagram liking everybody's stuff, and I said I'm sorry, I ain't gonna do it again, and a week later you catch me doing the same thing. See, that's an empty apology. I'm not adjusting and I'm not caring about your feelings. I am just getting you off my back. And that's what I'm saying. Now it's an empty. You see what I'm saying? Because now I'm having a hard time really caring to hear your apology because you keep on doing it. So it's this really a waste of time. I don't even want to hear it. And that's why I told you at one time I stopped saying I'm sorry and I started making change to my action. Okay? Because I'd rather show you more than just apologize to you when I already know I am going to show you change compared to just apologize. Then I didn't understand. Sometimes that person don't recognize it on the upfront. So again, I say it and do it. So now it's action and words. So if you're going to apologize, understand there might be some work that has to be done behind it. Because there's a lot of people that just say they're sorry for everything and they don't change anything. And they find themselves right back in that position again. And they keep on saying it. And there's going to be somebody that's going to be like, I'm not trying to hear it.
Does sorry mean I'm not going to do it again?
It depends on who's saying it. Because I ain't going to lie. I've said I'm sorry, and it just meant I'm sorry. You caught whatever I said.
Yeah,
Again.
that's my point exactly. That it doesn't necessarily mean I ain't going to do it again. It means that right this very moment, I'm giving you a sincere, empathetic gesture
Right.
to say that I don't want you to be mad. I don't want you to be mad with me. I want things to be better.
Right.
I want us to try and work this out. An apology can mean many of those things. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't necessarily mean that you might be able to change. You know what I'm saying? You might, or that you feel like you need to change.
Well, that's why I feel like if it's something I don't feel like I'm wrong, I'm not apologizing straight up.
Right.
Because that's why I want to give more back into it,
Right.
Because again, at that point, you have a perception I'm wrong. I might need to convey you my perception to let you see that I don't feel like I was wrong by what I said. I was trying to be more sincere, and unfortunately, it came rough or hard landing.
So what are the secrets to a relationship?
Oh, now see, now this is gonna be where it's gonna be a little bit fun. Now let's get into the real ones. The secrets is when you know there's some information that you have, then you don't want the other people to know because you think it might cause you some harm, or it might cause you a relationship, or it's going to be something that you might not be able to control the outcome. Okay.
So you're
And-
talking about skeleton.
Yeah, a serious skeleton.
Okay, see that the skeletons is
Okay.
one way of
So-
describing secrets.
You just happen to have a child, and everybody knows you'd be single with no child, and you don't want to tell nobody because you and this girl did this off to the side, and you thinking you can keep it secret. Okay.
Okay.
And now you start to get into a serious relationship, and the other girl decides that she want to go on Facebook, social media, and put all of it out there, pictures and everything, because she know you're not spending no time with her. So now it's put you at a disadvantage. Now the secret's been released. Okay.
Okay.
And now you find yourself on the defense of something you could have been on offense with. So instead of being honest and upfront with what's going on, you are now on the backside of it. And these are the kind of secrets that really kind of haunt you because you thought you could control it by not giving the information out. And when I say that, it ain't just in relationships. I like to say that's just in life. There's a lot of information that's out there right now that I was never taught in school. History has not been teaching us everything. Our history has not been taught, period, okay, about where we came from and what all we did, what all we invented. There's a lot of stuff that's not really being said, okay? Just like the disciples was black. And it took Putin to bring some more knowledge to what we was already figuring out because some of the descriptions wasn't describing the white guy with the blue eyes that everybody wanted to follow. So again, secrets can put us in a place where it is leading you, okay? Purposely done. Ain't nobody lying for no purpose. There's a purpose behind a lot of things that's being done. No different than what people are doing in relationships and jobs and everything else. You're trying to control a situation by the information you want to put out, even though you know it ain't true.
Yeah. I haven't known anybody in my day who want their secrets out in the wind.
I would tell you,
I don't think that's that.
not my
They're
secrets, but
because I don't want nobody to know.
now, I will tell you on that one, you are right. I don't care if everybody knows, but for the one I'm trying to really deal with, I am not trying to put the darkness in a place that I really feel like I came from. If I came from a place that I wasn't happy with some of the things that happened, it don't necessarily have to stay a secret with me. I have to heal from it. And at that point, I can tell it in a way that I feel like it can come out because it's more of a heal compared to a darkness where I gotta hold it because I don't want nobody to know how I was damaged. I don't want nobody to. I've been through a lot of that and I held a lot of it. One of the things I can tell you is getting past it is talking through it. Not necessarily to the world, a person I can trust. Now, you know me, of all people, if I had something really going on, I could come. You know what I'm saying? I have certain, it's a very small circle of people I can actually go to, not social media. If I go through something, you're not going to see it on my Facebook page. If you ever see me quote something, it's a quote. It's not how I really feel. The person that's really close to me might hear from me, okay? Because they earned that. The world did. It ain't for you guys because I have to advance myself and everybody out there ain't for me. So when I come to you, when we have that talk, you already know the seriousness of it. And it's not the whole secrets because you can't really help me if I can't be open with you. You know, you're a person that will pray and you only want the best, right? So for me to know that, I have to be more vulnerable, right? And give you, not the work, you, where you have a way to pray and I can hear things and I know God is already there for me. But it gives me the strength to go back and talk to him in a different way, where I want him to release this, not for no one else but me. I have to get myself healed. Secrets can hold you to a confinement where I never get it out. I'm hurting. I'm scared inside. I know a lot of y'all don't like that word scared. A lot of people, I ain't scared of nothing. There's so many dark things and skeletons that's in you. And I'm just saying, you got to get with somebody, help psychiatrist. Please get with somebody that's close to you, not social media. Please do not put that out there for everybody, because it's not for everybody to judge you. It's for you to get past, for you can understand that secret don't have to be your tomb. Everything you don't have to die with. There are certain things that you don't have to release to everybody, but certain things just eat you up. How somebody treated you, things that you went through, how somebody tortured you in ways that you didn't understand why, and you blame yourself when that person did this to you. Everybody got their own stories, and a lot of mine is not that way, okay? A lot of mine is just self-inflicted. There's things that I did, and I just wasn't upfront honest, and then when I went through life, I wasn't telling nobody. I kept it to myself. You know, a lot of people didn't know about all my kids. They knew about some of my kids. I had to release some of it because my kids started getting affected by it. And again, I'm not happy with all my decisions, but I'm not here for the world to judge me on it. I am here to be the best man possible for my kids, not the world. Because again, they look at me as a hero, all right? And I want to be a hero. But if I can't be vulnerable to them, how can they see me as a real hero? I don't need the lies to portray me. I need my story to portray me in the truthfulest way, because I've made mistakes and they might make them too. But they understand we can own up to them and we can all get over them. We can communicate and show love. Where a lot of times I ain't saying nothing because I did it and I ain't going to say nothing. That might not help them. What help them in a lot of different cases is my honesty to let them know. I didn't know for sure, but I tried to do my best. And then we had conversations and I started hearing from them, and then it built our relationship better.
Yeah.
And it was not to be seen, and I ain't gonna lie and say I knew that's what I should do. I just know I didn't want what done to me to be done to them, because I loved them, you know, unselfishly. No conditions. I love them for them. And again, others in the same way, because a lot of times people don't love you for what you think they love you for. It's conditional love. And when you don't fit the mold of whatever they might find it for, you'll find yourself on the other side of that love. And I never wanted that with my kids. And I didn't want that with my woman. So I had to start making better decisions on what I'm doing and some of the things that I was like trying to hide. So am I the most truthfulest person? I'm truthful more now than I was before, but it's not for everybody. I'm just not going to run to tell the world everything. My whole thing is when you earn that, and again, people that's close to me, I believe they earned it. They should hear some things from me on the deeper side. But the world don't care. And they shouldn't. I have a responsibility. Once I was born, a lot of stuff is on me. And I have to be accountable for some of my actions. And I'm not proud of all of them. But I am proud of the newer person that I'm trying to become compared to where I was. Now, some people can be judgmental, and I can care less. But when I say secrets, I'm talking about the things that you know you can really add value when you handle them internally. Because you have to handle them before you start just spurting them out. Because everybody will not assist you and care for you.
Yeah. There are those secrets that we have that are hurting us. And I would just say that if you have a secret that's hurting you, you got to take it to God. I think that's the only answer. Take it to God. Mm-hmm. And take it to God in a very sincere way, in a way that you're asking him to help you release the burden. Mm-hmm. You're asking him to help you overcome what happened. And you know, many of those secrets you do not want to share with people of the world. You want to hold that thing to yourself because it may be embarrassing. It may be something that you just don't want people to know. But there are those secrets that are hurting us. And I remember just recently, I heard a pastor say something like, the greatest pressure release valve in the history of mankind is confession. And that is taking your issues to the Lord and asking him to help you with them, right? You know, the word secrets can be, you know, it can be kind of one of those things where we think about our personal secrets. Mm-hmm. And then there are those things where there are secrets to living. There are those things. There are secrets to advancement in life. There's secrets to success.
Mhm.
And then there are secrets that the government has, right?
Mhm.
There's secrets that that are told in history, lies perhaps that are told in history. There's so many different ways to look at this word secret. But oftentimes I think about the secrets that are hindering the world,
Mm.
that may be hindering your life, secrets that may hinder a relationship. If you're, if you're getting to know someone, at what point do you feel it's okay to start sharing secrets? And what secrets are good secrets to share early, and secrets that you shouldn't share so early? Those are all questions that we have to ask when we're getting involved with new people. You can talk to, even an employer,
Mhm.
right? You may not want to tell them that you know how to do that particular job,
Now I'm gonna
and
tell
you know that information. You may not want to tell. You want to keep that a secret, because if you tell them that you know that information, then they're going to start giving you responsibilities that are on top of your current responsibilities. They may start using you up because they know, right? So
you hit on that one.
there are those secrets that we share, and then there are those secrets that we keep to ourselves.
Now, can I have some fun real quick? Because you were saying in relationships, and then you threw the job in there, and I kind of like that, because in relationship with a person, I want to have a dialogue and be talking to a person enough that it freely comes out through our conversation and time, because we're constantly talking. Now that's her.
That's a building of trust.
Exactly. And that's what you should work things on. And before y'all build on all this other stuff, have that openness to communicate and feeling that you're not vulnerable when you're opening some things up to a person and they're showing you sympathy and empathy. So you make these decisions with the right one. And that's how you know they're the right one, because they make you feel good about what you're saying and not making you feel like, I wish I'd have never said anything. Now, your employer, I'm saying, yes, keep a lot secret, because they try to use everything.
Yeah, keep your personal business
To-
out of the work.
There you
environment.
go. Because
I don't
they
even like.
judge you by it and you gave it.
Right.
I have done interviews with people and they just gave too much of their personal stuff, and I'm absorbing it, but I can't ask. I know I got a script of what I can ask to make sure HR don't stay on my back, because I'm hiring you, but I can intro some questions and then you can give me more information. And these are the things you're being judged on. And that's why I tell people, you might not be loose lips with a lot of stuff, because it can sink your ship, especially on the interview.
Yeah, I
Because
think.
you can say some things that you
Yeah, not just on the interview, but on the first date and all kind of stuff. Like on the first date, we talk a lot about relationships here, just to make it applicable. If you're early in the game in a relationship, you don't need to be sharing all the past hurts and your past relationships and how many of you've been in and what happened in the last one. Those are things that you keep to yourself.
Yeah.
They will come out throughout time. Either they'll see them in you and ask you about them, or you'll be expressing something and they'll want to know more about what you're talking about. But those are secrets that you keep to yourself. Here's another big one.
What's that?
And a lot of folk don't understand this, but you have to keep your personal goals a secret.
Mm.
It's not wise to go out and tell everybody what you're doing and what you're trying to do, right?
I agree.
Let them see it in the atmosphere. Let them see it through, when they see that nice new watch you got, or a nice new car you got, or they hear you buying a new house or something like that. You might share a little bit here and there, but people have power. And if they don't want to see you accomplish your goal, they may just add some spiritual defeat to what you're trying to do, right?
Right.
And there is such a thing as spiritual energy. And if you're dealing with somebody who's envious or jealous of you or don't want you to be successful, they're going to start trying to bring that negative energy into your life. And most of us just are not aware as to how competent people can be in tearing down your goals. It's not just about rumors. It's not just about talking behind your back. It's not just about sideswiping you if they have a chance to hold you back or keep you down, or, they have some information that would greatly help you do your business. And and because they know you want to do something, they're not going to tell you. They're not going to introduce you to that person anymore. So we do have to keep our goals to ourselves. It's important that we hold on to our value, and knowledge is a part of our value. The knowledge of who we are in our lives. My goal is, my objective throughout life really is to stay underneath the radar. And I've had some extreme things that happen in my life, but I don't share those things, right? Because I don't want people's minds all over me, right? I keep my business to myself, right? Except for a few loved ones and close brothers. So secrets can be some of those things that they say what you don't know won't hurt you. Is that true, Jay?
I like to say to a point, because sometimes when you don't know, it'll be hard for me to help. Because a lot of times, man, we crazy world. So when you got somebody you care for, and you ain't heard from them in a while, and again they like to stay on the radar. I have to know that person, but I still have to show my concern. So I'm going to make sure I try to do a check-in. You know what I'm saying? Because I want that person to know I care enough. Even though they're quiet and they don't want nobody in the under the radar, they still love. I want them to know my love, because that's all God ever put in me, is a lot of love, right? And I want to make sure it's shared with anybody that's close to me. I can't do it with the whole world, but I can do it with people that I can touch. And I always want to let them know I'm not trying to let no one down. And I really feel like my hand is a hand of love. And if I can reach it and touch you, I'm going to try to reach out to you. I'm not the best at it. I try my best. But when I see somebody ain't been calling and I ain't heard from, but I know it was no ill will, and I just know this person is quiet, I just let them know that, hey, I'm still thinking about you. Just making sure you're okay. And again, that right there is a secret of success as well. When somebody know somebody got me. He just checked on me when I was in my lowest point, and I might not have been thinking about what I was going to do tomorrow, but at least somebody cared for me today. And again, it can be helpful, but again, it's just one of them kind things that you try to do. No big secret. My secret is a lot of time I help people that broke down the side of the road because of the equipment that I have and the blessings that I've been given. I can't help everybody, but I do some different things. What you try to do shouldn't always have to be expressed or said. You just do it because of the kindness in the person that you are. But somebody should be able to see you. And a lot of times we don't get seen. And I like to say you might be quiet, but you felt. And all I can say for all y'all that's powerful and don't want to be above the radar, just know you can still make an impact. And your impact is important. We all are important. Everybody has a mission. I just hope we get to it, because I think a lot of people die will never accomplishing what God's will is. And I want them to get to that. And it's going to be hard because they got to choose that. One thing about life is choice. And I just want people to look at that choice, and that shouldn't be a secret. That should be a pleasure of knowing you're here for something.
Yeah, I think choice is probably one of the greatest secrets under the sun, because when you make a strong choice, not just tiptoeing and not just right on the other side of the fence, but when you make a strong choice, it leads you toward that destination.
Correct.
And that's one of the great secrets of our world. There are people lounging on indecision. They're fence riding in their life. And as long as you stay on the fence, you can never really get to the destination. You can never even head in the right direction. And so that's one of the great secrets of life.
And I think people look for that.
What do you mean?
Fence riders. People that say one thing, but they just ride and they don't do anything that they say. Because it's kind of hard for me to follow what ain't certain. I don't see you making a decision. You're talking big, but you're not moving.
Right.
It's like running in place. You can run all day long, but you don't got to be going nowhere. I need to see where you go. I hear a lot of different people do different things. Preach, speak, and try to lead. But I'm also trying to see where you're going. I'm trying to see your moves. Because if I don't see no movement and I see all mouth, I know about that. Touche. No secret to me. Is this a falseness that I can't fight? I can't waste time on something that I don't see really doing anything. And that's just me. And that's not a secret. That's another way I operate. But the funny thing to me is I try to watch what people do to see how they move. And it's no secret to me when I don't see them move at all. And that's why I can't get with them. You know, I have to shut that to the side and I have to keep it moving because everybody's not going to be a leader. Everybody's not going to be able to lead me or get me to even follow them. You have to have someone, and not just anointing. You got to have some serious drive because I have a drive. If my drive bigger than your drive, I'm sorry. I can't follow you.
Well, listen, that could be one of the great secrets of life, that you have to know when to step away. You have to know when to stand down. And that means relationships.
Yeah.
That means especially making in business,
Yes.
not to go and invest all your money into one sector of the business, that you got to stay diversified. Those are other secrets. Not knowing can hurt you a lot.
Mm.
And so I've always been the kind of person that I said to myself, somebody has been through this before. And so let me go and figure out what they know so that I can apply it to my life without spinning my wheels and wasting time. And so you can search the world for treacherous secrets, and they can absolutely better your life.
Yeah.
Okay, we have run out of time for today. We are.
But I
And
have
so let us just say our farewell. This has been Bar Talk with Jake.
Yes.
My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
In the building.
And we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We're here every Thursday from 7 to 8 Facebook Live. We're on every major platforms.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have time to watch us on the screen, put us on one of the podcast shows, put it in your ear and just listen. We got, audio platforms all over the place. But we want to thank you folks once again. Never forget that we do this, folks, because we love you.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you. And with that, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.